Hello everybody, I'm Laika. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm continuing with Buried, and I've left up right where the man rushed around the corner with the automatic rifle in his hand. So let's continue. It's hard to look beyond his rifle, but the man carrying it is young, with messy dark hair. His skin looks so pale that I wonder if he lives down here. He has the look of a guy who's been cooped up for a little too long. He doesn't seem like the kind of person I'd trust with a gun in a stressful situation. As he sees us in the doorway, he screams and brings the gun up. It's aimed directly at my head. Dennis jumps up and stands next to me like he's ready to run for it. I recognise him by his height and build. He's the person I could barely see back in the tunnel. Oh, try to attack. Well, I'm not going to try to attack somebody with a gun aimed at my head. Put hands up in the air. That seemed a safer option. I put my hands in the air, surprised how natural it feels to go into this surrendered state. Maybe it's because this feels like a dream. Maybe it's because I feel like I'll snap awake if the maniac pulls the trigger. I recognise you. You stopped around the set of the security marks in the entrance. What? I asked, unable to think of anything else to say. Who are you? The man asked. Did you do this? The man eyes us both up, and I see something in his eyes that unsettles me. He is scared, but there is something else. We're not nobody. We're just loggers. His eyes look distant for a minute, and then he says, bullshit. But for some reason I'm pretty sure he knows I'm telling the truth. Someone knocked the power out, the man says. It's back on now, but if it was just out long enough, well, we're in a heap of trouble. Was it you? Who sent you? Look, we don't know what you're talking about, Dennis says. Something happened out in the woods. Are you alone? Are there others with you? The armed man asks, thrusting his gun in my face. How the hell did we get in this situation, I think to myself. If only I had left that damn ringing noise alone, we wouldn't be here. I'm not really sure if we want to give this guy any information yet. I don't know anything about him. Then again, he might just have answers. Well, he might have answers, so... we're looking for our crew. We have other crew members that we can't find, I say. Your crew? He asked, seeming confused. If this man thinks we're nuts, there's no telling what he might do. The fact that he looks a little crazy himself makes the situation even hairier. But how'd you get in here? The man asks. I point down the hall towards the subway. We came in that way. The doors weren't locked. His expression calms a bit, but I'm still very aware of the gun that is levelled less than a foot away from my face. Oh, please put the gun down. I'd like to grab it, I really would. Shove it in his own face, but he might just shoot me, and I really don't want to die and have to start the chapter again. Please put the gun down. The only way I'm putting this rifle down is after I've blown your brains out. Oh, charming, the man says. With that, he uses the muzzle of the gun to flip my hard hat onto the floor. It's a childish move, a playground tactic at best, but it's sufficient to show me that he knows he's in control for now. He then levels the rifle at Dennis, and I can only assume it's because his wounds make him appear to be the weaker of us. The man takes a shaky step forward. Dennis looks back and forth between the barrel of the gun and at me, his eyes pleading for help. Oh, do you want to stay back? Oh, I don't know. I'll be a hero. I step between the gun and Dennis. Before I'm fully aware of what I'm doing, I step out in front of Dennis, the barrel of the rifle nearly touching my chest now. Both Dennis and the man seem a little confused at my action, and I do my best to swallow down my fear. I don't know what's going on here, I say, but we are here by mistake. Well, you have no business being here, the man says, but now the power is back on, I think you might be too late anyway. Ugh. For what? I ask. He doesn't answer me. Instead, he steps forward and actually pushes me backwards with the end of his rifle. The man then repeats the question as asked before, one that makes no sense and honestly makes me think he might be a little crazy. Who sent you? He asked. Those assholes from the Pentagon? I'm not quite sure how to take this question. Is this guy joking? Yeah, I'm the president. He might not be in the mood for a joke. No, I say, we're just loggers. Something blew up and my friend got hurt. We're looking for the rest of our crew. Likely story, the man says, but I see a flicker of recognition in his face that makes me think he might believe me. Still, his grip on the gun is as tight as ever. The look on his face makes me think he'll shoot at any moment. You both just stand still, he says. Sooner or later someone will come along and I'll turn you over. He again thrusts the gun forward, as if it has an invisible bayonet on it. There's no need for that, I tell him. I have no guarantee that he won't pull the trigger. I really wish I'd take that gun off this guy earlier. Look, Dennis says, we don't want any trouble. We're just as confused as you are. Then, in a movement so fast that I have just about missed it, Dennis lunges forward. I have no idea how he's moving so fast. Just about 30 seconds ago I was worried about how close to death he looked. But now he's moving lightning fast, his left arm coming down on the barrel of the gun like a club. In the commotion, the man does pull the trigger. The booming noise is deafening and there is a moment where I think I've been hit. It takes the clanging noise of the round tearing into the floor at my feet to help me realise that I have not been shot. I look at the floor and see where the shot missed my right leg by less than 3 inches. I am paralysed in shock for a moment as Dennis and the man fight over possession of the rifle. There's a fire extinguisher on the wall. I could use it as a bludgeon, but I might not have enough time to grab it before Dennis is overpowered. Grab the fire extinguisher and come back. Oh, I'm just going to punch him. Punch him! Dennis has the man pinned to the floor, but isn't strong enough to keep him down. As I fall to the floor to help, the barrel of the rifle swings right in front of my face, a reminder of how close I had come to being shot. On my knees, I deliver a hard, stiff punch to the man's face. Yes. I don't punch someone often. Never really. I'm not usually the brawling type. Still, it is apparently effective. The man's head snaps back hard and his grip on the gun loosens. Dennis grabs the gun and falls to the floor, clearly winded and in pain. Our attacker is immobilised and I can feel a shift in the situation. Yet although he is basically harmless now, I feel the need to pummel him. A desire that builds with each second I look at him. Oh, should I punch the crap out of him or should I step back? Well, we've got the gun off him, so... Oh, I'll take the high road. I took it easy on the man. He's definitely out now, no threat. Or at least that's what I think. Oh, god damn it. But he surprises me by mustering up one left swift kick in my direction, connecting with my forehead. My eyelid swells up to the size of a grape almost immediately. It seems like this last attack is more to spite me than to defend himself. I stumble back and ready myself for another round of blows, but he just slouches into the floor. He's done. Dennis instantly hands the rifle over to me and I take it with shaking hands. I can't believe you stepped between me and that gun, Dennis says. He could have killed you. I was pretty sure he wouldn't, I say, although I had actually known no such thing. Still, thanks, man. That was heroic stuff. You would have done the same, right? And Dennis says nothing. His eyes look to the floor. What do we do now, boss? Dennis asks. We've come this far and I want answers. I sense that Dennis does too. I walk over and pick up my hard hat off the floor. After placing it on my head, I turn towards the man. We get answers from this guy. No answers, the man says. I don't have any. Next time I won't just hit you, I say, plunging the rifle towards him. Now get up. He obeys quickly, but his legs are wobbly and he leans against the wall for support. I can feel my swollen eyelid from where he kicked me earlier. I just hope it doesn't get so bad that it affects my sight. Okay, let's move, I say, pointing the gun further down the hallway. We've come this far and I'm not going to let this guy stop us. We walk down the hallway until we come to the end. A single elevator waits for us, its steel door sliding larger than a normal elevator. Continue. Before I get into the elevator with this guy, I think it's wise to learn a bit more about him. I can tell it's making him more uncomfortable for me to have the gun. What's your name, I ask. Marcus. And you work here? It's clear that he doesn't want to answer, but he gives a little nod. We're looking for the rest of our crew. Any idea where they might be? I ask. No, he says curtly, not bothering to elaborate. There's got to be some useful info we can get out of this guy. I just need to know how to dig for it. I need a first aid kit for my friend here, I say. Where might I find one? Down on the second floor, he says, but we can't go down there. Well, we are going down there, but what is on level 2? Oh, I want to know what's there, but I'm going down anyway, so... He looks at me like I'm an idiot. You must be aware you're inside of the classified government facility, he says. It makes sense, but I want to doubt it. Well, I'm sure our government would want you to help save my friend, so take me to the first aid kit. I can't, he says. You don't have clearance. Hell, I barely have any clearance. Then, seeming to himself, he mutters, I make this place run. And not even a thank you, just a bunch of restricted access rooms that I'm only allowed to go in with a frigging chaperone. I interrupt his monologue. We're going to that first aid kit. I could lose my job, he says. I wonder for a moment what sort of trouble I could get into for hitting a government employee. This makes me glad I took it easy on him. And again, he had come at us with a rifle. It makes me think that things have gone terribly wrong in this place. And the explosion in the woods, or whatever the hell happened, might be linked to it all. I need to convince this guy to take us to the second floor, but I'm not sure if it would be more productive to threaten him or to ask for sympathy. Oh, he sounds like an ass. Government official. I really want to threaten him, but I just want to get the help. Ask for help, I'll be nice. Look, I say, it hasn't been the best day. We're just trying to find out what's going on, to find our crew, to survive. I know this isn't a normal situation down here. It looks like all your protocols have been blown to hell. Can't you help us out? He looks at me sternly, weighing his options. Okay, he says. Thank you, I say. Good. With an untrusting stare, Marcus walks towards the elevator, approaching a small keypad by the doors. He punches in a numerical code on the keypad, and we can hear a slight mechanical hum behind the steel doors. After a few seconds of angry glances and frightened sneers from Marcus, the elevator arrived. The steel doors slide open with a whisper, revealing the interior. It's exceptionally well lit and looks to be made of stainless steel. I half expect the thing to take off at the speed of light. There's another small keypad on the front panel by the door with the options for 3 sub-level floors. Looks like this elevator doesn't go to the surface. So after we get a first aid kit for Dennis, how do we get out of here, I ask. We can't leave, Marcus says. Once the power came back on, the whole place was put on lockdown. What? I shout. Can't you override it? No, it's to prevent anything from getting out. I can't. Marcus looks as deflated as Dennis. We can't get out. We're stuck here. Dennis leans into the corner and almost falls to the floor. Excuse me. Oh, sorry. The struggle for the rifle took a lot out of him. I can see that much in his face. Slowly we start to move down. The hum and grind of the car's motors fill the space. So we're stuck here forever. What can you do? That's a more productive option, I think. Marcus bristles at the question, but I think it's fair. I mean, he's not allowed to unlock the doors or even get medical supplies. Why keep a guy around who can't even grab a band-aid without permission? Without me, nothing would get done down here, Marcus answers me. These people think they're so brilliant, but some of them can barely turn their computers on without help. The top coder in my class at MIT, and I'm stuck living underground helping idiots that don't even trust me with keys. How big is this place? What goes on here? Well, I know it's quite big, so I'm assuming it's huge. So I'd rather ask, what goes on? Marcus shakes his head. You may as well shoot me. I can't tell you. Why not? It's beyond classified, and the things I don't even cover the start of, and the things I know don't even cover the start of it. What does that mean? I asked, starting to get irritated. It means that even if I wanted to tell you what sort of work is done here, I don't know enough about it. I think the game really wants me to ask that one because it's done it twice, so I'm going to go with the other one. I handle the IT work and make sure the databases are up and running. It's a 24/7 job. I haven't seen the sunlight in almost a year. I wonder what staying in a place like this for that long would do to someone's mind. I was recruited, he continues. Because of the workload, no one else wants this job, but I don't really mind being by myself. No family. Plus the IT. It's some crazy shit. Crazy? How? I ask. This place generates over 100 terabytes of data per day, he answers, getting the slightest bit excited before his face falls again. What happened here, or what? Not the lights out? That's kind of the same. Seems like some sort of power outage, Marcus says. That's all I know. There was an outage, and then what? Dennis asks sweetly. Then things got weird. Things got bad. Bad? How? I asked. The whole place seemed to shake when the lights went out. I was checking the monitors when it happened and everything went dead. It took no more than a minute or so before I started hearing the screams. People were being killed by something. I tried getting the security cameras going again, but they only lasted for a little bit on my backup systems. But what I saw... What? I asked, feeling a sharp fear worm its way into my guts. Well, what I saw on the screens for that little bit of time made no sense. It made me get the gun from the emergency vault. I think whatever it is, it's still down there. Hold on, I say. There's an emergency vault with a rifle in the same room as the security cameras in this place. Marcus gives me a grin that looks nearly insane. There are guns locked away in every room in this place. Just in case, you know? Just in case of what? I think we're obviously in danger. As he opens his mouth to answer, the elevator comes to a stop and the doors slide open. Marcus is out right away without a word. He makes his exit and heads directly for a glassed-in room that is filled with computer monitors and high-end equipment. Dennis and I file out behind him, trying to keep up. As we do, one very alarming question runs through my head. What the hell kind of government facility keeps loaded guns in emergency vaults in every single room? And that is the end of chapter 2. Thank you for listening, and I shall see you again for chapter 3. Goodbye.